Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and this is the second video in my Mass Effect Andromeda series. We're here on the Nexus in the Andromeda Galaxy, and we have just become the Pathfinder for the human ship Hyperion, and it is now time for us to actually get our own ship, but along with that we're going to talk to, and by our own ship I mean not the Ark, something we can actually use to scout, to find a habitable world, and along with that we're going to talk to the folks here on the Nexus, see what's been going on here for the past year before we arrived. So, let's find some folks. That is... Is she green? Interesting. I have never seen a Turian that's green. Alright, I don't think there's anybody else here to talk to. Why don't we take a look at the map? Okay, yeah, no one in this area, but we can go to the next floor up and talk to Addison. I think she was in charge of Colonial Affairs. I think this is the, my face is tired lady.
This is Nexus Control to Hyperion.
No, it isn't.
It's good to have you here.
What choice do we... Alright, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired
There
from
it is.
dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
So, when the game first launched, the facial textures were horrible, and so it was even funnier when she said, "My face is tired." Anyway, also that line is so dated and crappy. I mean, wow. The plan for the hostiles.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Ket. Kandros will know more. Maybe too much.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
Is that poetry? But along with that, you're literally fighting a war for survival at the moment, so having a military influence is probably going to be a thing, right? Falling outposts.
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel. Not headed by Tan. Or even me.
Insight into strange tech.
There's also the strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Protheans did, actually knowing that they were going to potentially be wiped out, make their tech easier to understand. Relationship with my father.
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
Colonial director position?
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
Alright.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
It is a bit ridiculous that he's expecting to use his title that he just earned half an hour ago. Okay, what do we... Alright, so the mission advances through there. Why don't we go to the other side and we'll talk to Kesh. Information wall. Anything new on this that we didn't see on the Hyperion?
I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. It's through your hard work that the vision of the Nexus has come to life. You and all your colleagues bind our proud new colonies together. Look around at your achievements. And if you have any questions, my door is always open.
Founder Garson's office is located at Workspace Not Allocated. Please select a topic.
Oh, well, there actually is stuff here. Viability status?
Viable planets capable of supporting life are key to our survival in Andromeda. The viability of a world is affected by several factors, including temperature, resources, threat levels, political stability, and so on. We have few viable planets currently within range. Resource levels are considered at risk.
Okay. Selection process.
The selection process saw the Andromeda Initiative evaluate thousands of potential habitable planets within the galaxy. After discovering an unusually high ratio of potential candidates, or golden worlds, the Helios cluster was selected as our destination. Even at a distance, studying the light from stars can reveal much about their planet's composition and atmosphere. 7 worlds, nicknamed habitats, have the life-supporting environments and resources we need to start our new lives in Andromeda.
Nexus status.
Integration from the Hyperion is ongoing. Personnel are still restricted to operations.
Staff directory.
For initiative strategy and Pathfinder coordination, please see Director Jaren Tan. For colonial affairs or outpost status, please see Director Foster Addison. For station maintenance, please contact Superintendent Nakmor Kesh. For militia operations or Apex deployment, please see Tyran Kandros.
Employee data.
You are Scott Ryder, salary code 19B, active Pathfinder. Your supervisor is Director Tan. Based on current staffing needs, you will be eligible for paid vacation time in 587 days.
Seriously?
Why not plan on which beautiful colony you'll vacation on while you wait?
Okay. 587 days. Let's see. Okay, so cash should be up over in here. Those are those Cerberus shield generators. Probably not actually specific to Cerberus, but they use them a lot. Container there? What do we got? Credits and graphene, or graphite, not graphene. Anything else other than her datapad? Same crap, different day. For posterity, in case the initiative goes belly up. The Nexus is a 4-ring circus. Don't like how Tan operates, and his disdain for Krogan is obvious. I believe his intentions are ultimately good, but he's an opportunist who's likely to create dissent. I don't see the Nexus coming together if he's left unchecked. It's already polarizing Addison. She's taking the cue to circle the wagons. I think I could talk to Kandros about this and at least try to get the two of them more coordinated, or maybe not. Seriously hate this kind of drama. Okay.
Yes, I know the Hyperion docking unannounced caused some switches to blow. That's fine. I don't care. We know the problem is more widespread than we thought. We're working to fix it. That's all.
Okay.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
Nexus problems.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
Okay.
What happened to Jean Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
Where are the Krogan?
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative. I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Genophage?
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
I was going to say, because we actually watched a little video of the Turians deploying it within the archives on the Citadel. State of the cure?
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
All right.
Nothing more for now.
Later.
Okay. Let's see. Now it's just Tan, I think. Hold up, let's check the journal. Is this? Yes. Okay, that's not it, though. That's not the only mission. Is it... Is this like the current mission? What's going on here? Priority ops? Oh, okay. So it doesn't actually show them. You have to back out. That's kind of... I don't really like that. Let's see. Helios assignments? Nothing, I guess. Additional tasks? Getting to know the Nexus. So we still need to talk to Kandros as well, that Turian that runs security here. And, okay. Alright. Let's go talk to Tan, then we'll find Kandros, and we'll get ourselves a ship.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
I thought it didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Kind of a weird level of hostility here.
Just point me to my ship and I'll be out of here.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that. Ah!
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so we'll have to go back to the Hyperion as well. Let's finish talking to Tan.
Ryder, you have my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
They're as much a part of the initiative as the human arc. We'll find them.
We have to. Tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light.
Yeah, bad PR.
Did you have
That's the
some other
problem.
business?
Planet viability?
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the Cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging.
No.
Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Well, unfortunately, that I'll tell you right now, it's kind of a little spoilery, but not really. That was going to be DLC. That we're not going to see them in this game. It's really unfortunate that this game was received as poorly as it was. Because, I mean, we will never see the Quarian arc. But anyway.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
How is it that why is it that the Ark and the Nexus both seem to have just run straight into this thing? Did they not even think maybe we should test this before we decide to try to fly through it?
How did Gene Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Gian Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Okay, so it sounds like maybe they were asleep, but how did the ship's computer not navigate around that? Or at the very least do some sort of emergency thing and wake people up because of it?
Candra's mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
Wow. Okay.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Jean Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them, the thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix.
God.
As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
They literally defended you against the rebels. Okay. Tan's role.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Jean Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm happy to help. You will find our futures depend on each other's success. Good luck.
Okay, so we still need to meet with Kandros scientists, apparently, as well. And we need to go back and talk to Sam. Is there something up here? No. I guess his office is just, like, half finished, if even that. Okay. Well, probably it's the case that it's a large number of offices, and... Whoa! Eventually there'll be other people in there, but...
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
You know what they say. It's not paranoia.
If someone is out to get you, yeah. Third time this week. It's getting worse. First one was small stuff. This one could have hurt bad if I'd been closer.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
What?
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
That was a weird apology.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Okay, let's take a look at the map. Are the panels in here? Looks like it. Okay, well, we still need to meet Kandros as well, but we can take a look at these panels, because they all seem to be in here. Yeah, we got 3 in here. Okay, so the first one looks like it's right over here. Scanner.
Find out why. Be careful.
Oh, I thought it was right over here. Oh, it's in his office?
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Should be up here.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Okay, well, we still got 2 others. Was one of them right over here? Well, not on this level, anyway. Let's head down. Could have sworn I remember there being one right over there. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong direction. Okay. Had this reversed. There it is.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
It's in her office? Oh, there it is.
Scanning. This panel has been tampered with.
Send the data to Raj.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Okay. And is it... No, it's... Yeah, it's that one. Straight across.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Oh, on the Hyperion. Okay. Well, we gotta get back to the Hyperion then, huh? Well, let's see. What? There's something over there to the left. There's also Kandros. Why don't we go chat with Kandros? Finish this one off.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Let's see.
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Yeah.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
Right.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to war in the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
Was Nyreen, Arya's assistant? Or, like, best bud or whatever on Omega until she became the leader of the Resistance? I'm gonna have to look into that. I'll put that here in the video if that was the case.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Okay, well that was everybody. Well, actually, we still have to talk to the scientist.
Just wrong. Just wrong.
Who's Marriott?
It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, you're... So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have... There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Okay. Datapad. Apex status. Lieutenant, based on status report 16C, it seems we're no closer to gaining a foothold in any sector. Without decent recon and greater intel on this enemy, I'm starting to think our efforts are futile. The risks involved in continued loss of resources and lives makes it hard to justify. With morale this low, we need to scale down expectations again. Kandros. Okay. Alright. Oh, strike team missions. Interesting.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrann Kandros for authorization to participate.
I thought he did that.
That's the console for our strike teams.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex, combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
I'll deploy your people carefully, Kandros.
Appreciate that, Ryder. But trust me, Apex can handle themselves. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Alright, let's see what I can do with that. Whoa, okay. Strike teams. Strike teams can be sent on missions to support the Andromeda Initiative. If they succeed, they'll return XP and Ryder will gain a reward. If they fail, they'll only earn a small amount of XP and no special reward. Apex is the most elite strike team in the cluster and handle critical missions. Select a mission and press space to send Apex. Your progress will automatically be saved before multiplayer is launched. Then you'll play a role in an Apex operation in a small squad. Play Apex missions in multiplayer, either with friends or through matchmaking, to earn strike team rewards for Ryder and additional bonuses. Okay, well, I'm not doing multiplayer. I don't even think that's actually still functional at this time. Is this... what? Can I click on anything here? Seem to be stuck in this. Can I not actually do anything at the moment? I think I can't actually do anything at the moment. Well, this... like, why does this not go away? I don't need to see that little announcement. I mean, it's clearly blocking something here on the side. This is weird. Okay, I had to press space for... I mean, that wasn't even... okay. That was in no way obvious. Read the description for each mission, the time limit to attempt the mission, and reward for successfully completing the mission, and any mission traits or properties. These missions are currently available to your strike team. Select a mission with space to send a strike team. Check back daily for new available missions. This icon describes the difficulty of the mission. Okay. Alright. Identify enemy holdouts. Debrief to view the results and release your strike team. Oh, they just finished this. Okay. Interesting. Level gained, level 6. Mission successful, 10,650 XP. Reward 5 mission funds, bronze credit loot box, and bronze material loot box. Good, loot boxes. Eliminate the traitor. Okay, Kilo is at level 10. Mission successful, 33,900 XP. Rewards 5 mission funds, silver credit loot box, and silver material loot box. I'm wondering if these were ones that I sent on my other character 5 years ago. Delay ship launches. Sure. Give these guys some more experience here. Same thing with eliminate the supply ships. Okay, done with that now.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold.
Alright, so we still need to talk to the scientists over there, we still need to talk to the prison guard, and we still need to find that saboteur over in the Hyperion. So let's talk to the guard first.
Accessing more power from the Hyperion.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
Last I checked, getting into a spat wasn't against the law.
There's more. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
You know, the funny thing is, like, given that you're supposed to be the Pathfinder, I'm pretty sure most of the folks around here would be like, what the f are you doing investigating this murder? You're supposed to be out there trying to find us a place to live. Let's see, Kandros.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
It doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, "Trust me, I didn't mean to do it."
And you assume he's lying?
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Alright. Let's see this.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to... No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Well, that didn't sound great. Let's go ahead and find this witness. There we go.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Scott Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Let's see.
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
It's funny to me that she's still typing away on that pad while talking to us. She's not even looking over at it.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Okay.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Okay.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Alright, a couple things. First of all, I'm getting these weird little flashes of black, or at least I was during that conversation. Like, very, very fast. Something where, you know, you barely perceive it, but it's definitely there. Along with that, second thing, her hair is ridiculously extravagant for someone who's been living on a station that's been with, like, no power, few people, running out of food. It just, it seems a little ridiculous. She's got, like, pink on the sides and silver on top. Anyway. I just thought it was kind of funny. It's like little details like that sometimes don't really add up. But anyway, why don't we go ahead and well, we got to find that body, obviously. Let's see. What do we do about that? I mean, we have to go to Eos, and we already have to go there anyway. Is it this? Yeah. Okay. Speak with Tan. Okay. And he was, I think that's the Solarian guy. Yep.
Something I can help you with?
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right. But let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I see great things in our future.
Alright. Well, we still need to talk to the scientists, then we got to get back to the Hyperion to go to Sam Node, and also to check on Sarah, twin sister. And after that, we can go ahead and get our ship. I think the scientists are supposed to be... Yeah, there's a marker over here.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen
Whoa,
in porous
what the-
tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
Okay.
I still reckon.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr...
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What fields do you study?
Herrick's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
I'm noticing minor things that are not great, like, what's her name? Dr. Aradana? She has the exact same face, like facial structure, I mean, as Lexi, the doctor, back on the Hyperion. Just a little weird. Because I feel like there were multiple different facial structures to Asari in the trilogy. Anyway, why don't we go ahead, I think... What do we need to do now? Let's take a look at this journal. We just met everybody here, so... Well, everyone important in the operations area. Hey, we are on that one, actually. We need to go to EOS for that one. I mean, obviously, those are finished. Need to find the missing arcs, but we can't do anything about that. We need to speak with Sam on the Hyperion. Okay. So, I think we go through here. Oh, there's... wait. I actually just remembered. We saw Liam up here as well. Wasn't he... Was he over here? There he is.
Pathfinder, no time for our beer yet. This place is a mess. Security is... let's call it strained.
I can believe it. The Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Ket are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
They were frustrated. If they just wanted to kill, they could have fought to the last here.
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing. Just us. I'm with you. It's just... a lot.
As long as the Nexus is here, as long as we're here, we have a job to do.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
You know, honestly, it kind of makes some sense that we're doing these side jobs along with the main job. It's one of those things where when I've been studying, like, colonial history of America, like to the extent that I have been with West Virginia and Massachusetts, people wore a lot of hats because there weren't that many people. Cora.
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Let's see. It's one of those things where it's like when you're used to just Paragon and Renegade, when they give you these 4 options, it's like, okay, which one do I actually believe in? It's a lot, it's more thought process involved than Paragon and Renegade, where it's just like, nice or mean. Let's see.
She understands the stakes. If I fail,
You won't.
Let's hope not.
You won't. That's the end of it. I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your sister's doing.
Right. Okay.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking...
All right. That is a big window. Probably not something you'd actually put on an exploration ship. Like, well, this isn't. Is this really exploration? I don't really think it is. It's transport. Okay, container. Well, just because you want to reduce the number of soft targets for people to shoot at you. Sorry, Comlink. Man. Okay. Well, I've got the ability to deconstruct some of those things, so I assume that there's a crafting system that we're going to get into at some point. I mean, seriously, it's been 5 years since I've played this, so I feel like I remember there being one, and the fact that we've collected tungsten and stuff. Have we collected tungsten? We've gotten graphite. Okay, I don't know. I think there's a crafting system. I don't know who either of these people are, but let's talk to them. Oh, wait. I think this is the saboteur.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Callis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patel's. A third party seems likely.
The real saboteur could be setting you both up.
Because we both figured out something was going on? That would make sense. It's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
Okay, Lonnie.
Pathfinder, it's good to see you. Word is there's been trouble on the station.
We're here now. It'll get better.
That's what I've been telling people. You're here now. As soon as we establish outposts, everything will even out. I'm sure of it.
What about your family?
I'm an orphan. My parents died on the Mindoir colony when it was attacked years ago. No siblings. I left some friends and distant relatives behind, but I have friends here too. I love piloting. But I like the idea of going back to my roots and farming like my parents did. Someday.
I mean, what piloting is she really going to do at this point in time? I mean, as soon as we get the first outpost established, they're going to need pilots flying stuff to and from, so I guess that's what she'll be doing.
Why did you join the initiative?
The most popular question on the station. Honestly, I wouldn't have known about this project if Nozomi hadn't reached out to me.
Nozomi?
Captain Dunn. Of all the captains I've piloted for, she's the best. I've always been a wanderer at heart. When she asked me to be her pilot, how could I say no to the adventure of a lifetime?
How do you feel about all this now that we're here?
Hopeful. I know it's a rose-colored outlook, but someone's got to keep the positivity coming, right?
Okay.
Have to go now. See you later.
Talk to you later.
I was just noticing that woman's Omni tool in the background, and even hers. Why are they all like flickering like that? They look like they're malfunctioning when they do that. Anyway, what do we got up here? Well, there's Captain Dunn.
Ryder,
You're not on the bridge, Captain?
we powered it down. Can't afford to waste energy. Though Cryo Bay and Sam Node are exempt. And I told them to keep their hands off Alec's quarters. You have access now.
Thanks.
Hey, sorry about your father. He was really good at what he did. Just not so good at working with people. He was right about going planetside, though.
I wish you were still here. There's so much you could have taught me.
You'll do fine. You're off to a good start. If there's anything else I can help with, let me know.
Now that the Hyperion is docked, what'll you do?
Normally, I'd supervise thawing out the colonists, but that's been put on hold. I hear you're the one helping resolve the issue. Good luck with that.
If someone had told you that you'd be in the Andromeda cluster, even 5 years ago...
Are you kidding me? I'd have laughed them out of the quadrant. Although the way things are now isn't exactly what I was hoping for either. We all knew there was a possibility on arrival of less than ideal circumstances. When you sign up, you hope for the best and plan for the worst.
Why did you join the initiative? We're a long way from home.
How could I not? I love my job. Coming here, all this, it was just a logical extension of what I already do. Sailing through new stars, discovering new worlds. What self-respecting explorer could pass that up?
Thanks for the talk.
All right. I have requests to submit, administrators to harass, and people to wake up. I'd better get to it. Good luck out there.
Okay. Let's see. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, so we got... What is that leading us to? Oh, that's the investigation of the saboteur. So I think that's taking us back to go talk to Kandros about getting security footage. So, SAM Core. Okay. Here we are.
Hello, Scott. Welcome back to SAM Node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential.
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I mean, just real quick here, it's a choice to make his voice have this quality to it, to where it's kind of staticky. But the simple fact of the matter is, there's an implant in our head where we're able to basically get direct communication with him. Why would there be any sort of static or anything like that on the voice? I don't know. I mean, again, it's a certain choice you can make. It's just a question I would have of why they would do that.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
Keeping things like this secret just makes everyone suspicious. Like you're up to something.
Alec didn't think others would understand. He viewed it as a symbiotic relationship benefiting us both.
What do you get out of this?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient, far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI. So what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
It is also interesting that they have an AI on board this ship, given that AI was illegal in the Milky Way galaxy. Now, obviously, we're no longer in the Milky Way galaxy, but that's where he was created. So, honestly, I don't remember if we get the full story of how it is that Sam got created, but hopefully we'll get some information on how they were allowed to have a fully functional AI. Let's see here.
That's pretty amazing.
But beyond what many people will accept, your father knew some would fear it.
Yeah, he's got a point. So what does this mean for the two of us?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. So that it actually allows us to change in between specializations, it seems. Okay, profiles allow Sam to reconfigure Ryder's implant for superior battlefield performance. Select a profile, then press space to activate it. I'll go with this one. Profiles invest in combat, tech, or biotic skills to unlock more powerful profiles and a variety of styles. Okay. Well, let's see. There's also engineer, soldier. I like how they highlight the different systems, like neural systems there, muscles, I don't even know what this is supposed to be exactly. Lymph nodes, maybe? I don't know. Nerves. But look at that. Yeah, okay, so you can see this one is tech biotic, combat biotic, combat tech, and all of them. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go check out the, what is that? Okay. That was a little weird, that little floating thing.
Pathfinder, Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
Okay. If I was him, I'd probably be sitting in that chair. I mean, yes, he's supposed to be guarding this door, but exactly how many people are really going to come down here? But along with that, while this was Alec Ryder's quarters, isn't this really the Pathfinder's quarters? So shouldn't really this be our quarters now regardless? What is memory trigger?
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Okay. So we have to come back next door? Alright.
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
Okay.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes, you will experience them via your implant.
Okay. Something new every day.
I guess maybe you have to actually be here to play the memory, or at the very least it's a safe place to do it, because my guess is you're kind of like unconscious to the outside world. Let's see.
Let's see it.
This memory is from the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together, benefits both. There's no creator to revolt against.
It's
I'm
interesting.
sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
Alec,
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
he told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Not on my watch.
Was she just there during the meeting?
Wow. Hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
I would hope so. Mom's life was worth fighting for.
It would seem his obstinance extended to me as well.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. I take it you're based here in Sam Node?
Correct. This is where my core processing unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
What more can you tell me about my implant?
The implant itself provides me with direct access to your senses. I can see, hear, and experience the same stimuli you do while in the field. This raw data enables me to provide real-time feedback and analysis of the situation.
Then Dad added the secret sauce.
You removed the restrictions on my access to Pathfinder physiology.
Uh-huh. Just promise you won't fry my brain or anything.
Trust is an important concept in any relationship. Alec taught me that. I will not fry your brain. It would end badly for both of us.
Me more than you.
I was thinking, actually, so I was actually kind of confused as to why Alec didn't simply share the helmet with his son, because it's one of those things where it's like, you could take a breath, pass the helmet, take a breath, pass the helmet. But I was realizing that I think that Scott was actually much closer to death than... It wasn't just the suffocation. I think he was actually dying of multiple other injuries, and was bringing him back here that kept him alive. At least that's the only reason that makes any sense to me as to why they didn't simply share the helmet. So, and then basically along with that, Sam being connected is what actually managed to save Scott's life. He fixed the problems internally using the connection with the implant.
Do you know anything more about Sarah's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He is providing her with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
What are your capabilities?
Each ARC houses a SAM, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Each is an artificial intelligence designed by Alec Ryder to support Pathfinders and their teams.
But AI is illegal in the Milky Way. How'd my dad get around that?
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was conducted in secret.
Oh, well, there you go. That answers that earlier question.
So there are other Sams out there?
Correct. However, your father continued to modify my own routines until the Hyperion's departure. I am the most advanced Sam in the initiative.
So as an intelligence, he must have just been waiting those 600 years while we were sleeping? That's got to have been pretty crazy.
What did you mean by a symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between two life forms. A flower provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped by your father's experiences, and will now expand with yours. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties. We each benefit.
That's all for now.
Of course.
So I was thinking about it and like how it is that Sam didn't go insane in over those 600 years with no interaction with anybody else, and it led me to a memory of I can't remember the name of the book. It's in the Bobiverse. Basically, the main character becomes an AI, and he gets the ability to basically dilate time, or at least not really. He can't really dilate real time, but he can dilate his perception of time, so that he can go over long periods of time very quickly, or basically take a few seconds and make them feel like they're hours long, so he can think things over and stuff like that. Anyway.
Printed books?
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Indeed. I think it'd be pretty cool, actually, if they made like a Mass Effect television show or something like that, set or basically around the time of the First Contact War. Anyway, Normandy SR2. Oh, okay, it's just a model, I guess? Okay. Let's see. Coffee machine.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you, needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
Okay.
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
Okay,
The day is finally here. We're pushing off from Earth. We'll jump through a few relays first, then we hunker down for the long trip across dark space. It's daunting thinking about all the hopes and dreams aboard the Hyperion. I certainly have my own. I wasn't the husband or father I should have been. Here's hoping 600 years can change a man.
I feel like this project was kind of done in secret. At least, okay, maybe it wasn't. Some of it definitely was, though. I mean, the AI development was, but I'm just thinking, like, how do you build something the size of the Nexus and get it out of the Milky Way without, like, it being very big news? I feel like we would have heard about this. Of course, Shepard was in confinement, I think, around that time. Maybe not. Anyway, a sorry archaeologist. Oh.
Sam, this is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back. She's got experience studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Pretty sure my sister's mentioned Dr. Tassoni. An expert on Protheans, I think.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Okay.
Hello, Alec. This is Dr. Tassoni. I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work, but I'm young and Asari, and they are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful.
That sounded almost like it was created by, like, I don't know, like an artificial voice generator. That was very strange. It sounded like the right voice, but the cadence was completely off.
Hello, Alec. I received your message. I must say the thought of exploring another galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
Dunn's agreed to a scouting mission on Habitat 7. I'm gearing up now. I'm worried about Sarah. Dr. Tapero says she'll be fine, but she's my daughter. How can I not worry? I hate to leave her like this. It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever. Which brings me to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand.
That's a bit ominous. I wonder what that's all about. Let's see. Okay, well, it's all encrypted logs except for Ellen's disease.
Amazing how life can change in an instant. Suddenly my career doesn't matter. This incredible woman I've been married to all these years. She's facing the end. All I think about are the times I wasn't there for her. Well, that's going to change. It occurs to me that Sam might be more than I ever imagined.
Okay. Audio excerpt.
I am Dr. Liara Tassoni, and I've spent several decades researching ancient Protheans. It is common knowledge that the Protheans were an advanced race that flourished in the Milky Way about 50,000 years ago, then went extinct. Even at the time of this writing, the year 2182, their culture remains a mystery. During my studies, I have developed some practices that can be used when analyzing any ancient culture. I hope they may prove useful for the research community.
Okay. There's another one.
When studying a dead race, the most obvious problem is the lack of an observable population. This raises the question, when is a species truly extinct? The Prothean civilization spanned the galaxy, and it took centuries to confirm that all members of the species really had died out. While it's possible that living Protheans may be found in a hidden pocket of the galaxy one day, the chances are statistically trivial. Once an extinction is confirmed, the study's nature moves from sociology to exoarchaeology.
Okay. Anything else? Ah.
When studying an extinct race, it is important that our preconceptions and current knowledge not color the facts.
That's a holographic
We
plant.
must look to the evidence itself. The Protheans constructed the Citadel and an incredible network of mass effect relays. This speaks to a culture of the highest order. Such a monumental achievement surely must come from an enlightened race that was in harmony with its people, free of conflict and strife. Without the ability to study a living example, however, this can never be determined with 100% accuracy.
I think Javik would have enjoyed that, but I honestly, I can't tell if this is supposed to be holographic or if the planet's just turning transparent because I'm walking near it, and they want to make sure I can see. Why are you crouching? Anyway, alright, I think we're done in here. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, we need to head back out. What is this? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, back to the tram. We can still need to check on Sarah. I think she's not in this area, though. Because this is operations. We actually had to come on a tram from cryogenics to get here in the first place, so cryogenics is in an entirely different area. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright. Let's check and see. That's where we had to check out that broken relay. Alright. Nigel
I'll
McCoy.
make it right, Dash. Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos, trying to start a settlement.
That sucks.
His sacrifice won't be forgotten.
Agreed. Everything I do will be for him. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant
what?
there.
You don't want me to bring it back? Okay.
Mike's feeling a little better.
Fisher, glad to see you're doing better.
That was some expedition, hey? Captain said I'm going in the log as the first human to make contact with the Ket. And Kirkland's the first casualty. Wish it could have gone differently.
I don't think that's accurate, though, based on what we found on the Nexus. They've already had interactions with the Ket, but,
Wasn't your fault. It's obvious the Ket aren't friendly. Nothing we did could have changed that.
I suppose you're right. It's just not what you dream about. Meet a new species, and 3 seconds later they're trying to kill you.
I hear you. But I guess that's life. Not everyone will see things our way. In the meantime, chin up. It'll get better.
Okay. Oh, Greer.
Greer, how you feeling?
Grateful. If you and Liam hadn't found me in that cave, God knows what those aliens would have done.
We couldn't leave a man behind.
Yeah, your father, and Kirkland.
We'll never forget their sacrifice. It's a brave thing, risking your life for the greater good.
Yeah. Just seems unfair. We barely got here. I'm sorry I'm not out there with you, but Kirkland was a friend, and I'm not cut out for this anymore.
Understood. Habitat 7 was a nasty wake-up call. You take care, Greer.
You too. Thanks again.
I wonder what he's gonna do now that he's not doing Pathfinder stuff anymore. Nothing over here. Oh, Hayes. She was the one who was shot in the gut.
Ryder.
Hayes, how's the wound?
Doc says I'll live. So this goes from a life-threatening gunshot to a story I'll tell my grandkids someday.
With no need to exaggerate. That was a tough fight on Habitat 7.
Just glad to be on the other side of it.
Alright. Dr. Carlisle?
Ryder, good to see you. Damn shame about your dad, though. I'm sorry we couldn't save him.
I'm sure you did everything you could.
Yeah, but still, we lost a Pathfinder on my watch. Doesn't sit right.
My dad knew the danger. Part of the job.
Now I just need to make sure your sister here pulls through.
Oh, okay, there she is. I was wondering where she was, actually.
Are you staying here on the Hyperion?
You know that moment when you realize you're just getting too old? Ha, right, look who I'm talking to. Trust me, it happens.
For me, it was Habitat 7. Watching you guys running around, dodging lightning and the cat, it's a young man's game. Pains me to admit it, but it's passed me by.
We'll miss you, Harry.
Just make sure to raise some hell once in a while, will you? I'm living vicariously through you.
Deal. How's Sarah doing?
Her condition's stable. I see signs of REM activity in the brain, so she's dreaming. Means all the wiring still works.
How'd this happen?
It was dumb luck, really. We hit the Scourge at the worst possible moment, just as the stasis revival was kicking in. It's a vulnerable moment, coming out of a 600-year nap, then wham! Circuits fried and overloaded the neural pathways. Don't worry, I'm on it. We're not losing another rider.
How did you end up with the initiative?
Well, you reach a point in life where you wonder, is that all there is? I'd accomplished everything in the Milky Way I could. I was locked into a future of diminishing returns. So coming here was the world's biggest midlife crisis. A chance to wake up in the morning and feel hope instead of arthritis.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
Don't be a stranger. If anything changes with Sarah, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, she's out of it. Okay, well, we're done here. Let's get back to operations. We can check in on the security footage about the saboteur. Alright. Wait, this isn't Kandros. Who is this? Oh, we're just looking at the footage. I thought we'd actually have to get it released. Okay. Wait, oh, we got multiple things here.
This file is useless. Let's check another. And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
You're kidding.
Let's check another. This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Someone working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
Wouldn't it just be the Nexus? Unless they got reassigned to the Hyperion after it docked, I guess. Let's see. Damage control from Tyrion Kandros. To Tyrion Kandros from Jarun Tan, Director of the Andromeda Initiative. Kandros, as you're aware, there was a mutiny aboard the Nexus in your absence. Events escalated quickly, but we believe that it began with a fire in hydroponics and theft in the armory. Motivations for the uprising vary. Mob mentality was certainly a factor, but for the leaders, including your predecessor, former Security Director Sloan Kelly, it was a conscious betrayal. There have been perfunctory attempts to catalog and address the damages caused by Sloan's people during the uprising, supplies stolen, equipment broken, things of that nature. But I was hoping that the militia could step in and drop an official report. It's imperative we know what we're working with if we're going to survive, Director Tan. Director Tan, I need my people focused on defending the station, not taking inventory. If you really need militia oversight, I'll get Sergeant Nels to look at it. That said, it's my understanding that the exiles were more Calix's people than Sloan's. Isn't he the one who started the mutiny? Kandros. Calix Corvanus may have started it, but Sloan made her allegiances clear. I know she held you in high regard, but I hope that you can be impartial when it comes to this task. Sloan Cal is not who I thought she was. There won't be a problem, Kandros. Good, then you won't object to sending a small and discreet reconnaissance team to find out where Sloan and the exiles have gone? When we get the colonial affairs up and running, I don't want any surprises. And report on the exiles. To Jarun Tan from Tyrion Kandros. Forwarding report from Recon Team 232. Trails cold. Found what looked like abandoned camps in the Pfeiffer system, but none with living inhabitants. Only graveyards. The conspirator Arita was among the dead, but not Sloan Kelly. Kandros. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more information on the people who were involved in the mutiny and what happened. Ooh, big container. Rieger carbine and coolant cells and Omnigel canister. Okay. Man, I haven't seen Omnigel since Mass Effect 1, I don't think. Let's see. Okay. Scan people in the op center. Oh, right, I gotta...
Inaccurate match.
Gotta find human males working in this area.
Negative match.
Eh. Wait, Nexus security transferred to the Hyperion? Okay, so we gotta go back on the tram again. Someone here? Just, okay, we're in the area.
Negative match.
Okay. Must be in here. Ooh.
Scan results show a partial positive.
Interesting.
Target is most likely suspect.
Especially given that he's working with a panel.
Dale Atkins reports to Kandros' department, assigned to station security.
What's he doing with this panel then?
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
I'm sorry for what happened, but setting explosives isn't the answer.
Neither was sending people into exile because they didn't agree with policy. I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people, killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
Not my call. The Nexus leaders will make that decision.
That lot make a decision? That'll be the day.
No. Kinda true. Okay. Alright. We acquired 73 Andromeda viability points. So I guess we just made the Nexus a little bit safer with that. Let's take a look at the journal. That's probably now in completed missions. Is it? Let's see. First strike. Yes, station sabotage. Okay. What do we have now? Writer family secrets. Okay, trigger more memories. Track the lost brother on EOS. Okay, so we are done here. Let's go get the ship. On EOS, we have to leave a pendant behind rather than bring one back, which I think is stupid. But along with that, we also have to go find the body of, whatever the hell his name was. Anyway, let's go there.
Ready to see what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
In final checks, looking great.
We won't be long. The way things are going, we'll be on our own out there.
In other words, we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style. They call her the Tempest.
Looks a little like the SR-71.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late. So you're the one who's making everything happen. Vetra. Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes. Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
Yeah. Let's go see the rest of Helios.
Hold it, hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Damn it.
Whatever happened, it wasn't me. I just got here.
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest's supplies, munitions, and crew.
Why?
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right? Came here with a family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Yeah, really.
They told me he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
Nicely done.
Part of the job, Pathfinder. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
Gotta hope she's actually got the authority to do that. Otherwise, that's pretty mean.
Finally, someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
Everything's state-of-the-art. Labs, sensors, exploration gear. Plus her crew, of course. The best in their field.
Glad to see you're doing so well, Scott.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey. We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer. Your quarters are below. Plenty of space up here to get everyone together. It's all yours. She's light, stealthy, and the fastest ship in her class.
It's really gonna be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, head over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
Better head to the bridge when we're ready to go.
Well, we explored the entirety of the Nexus this time. I'm not going to explore the entirety of the ship. Instead, we're going to go straight up to the bridge.
We call this the research room. You can run research projects and coordinate with the Nexus from here.
We're going to go straight to the bridge, and next time we'll explore the entirety of the ship. Why are there no railings here? This is not safe. Whoa. Forgot how awesome the bridge is.
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Time for introductions. You must be Ryder, Kalojath. A pleasure to be here, and to meet you, of course. I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship, but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
Plenty of dangers out there, but I'll do my best to avoid them.
That's reassuring. Wouldn't want to lose my finest work to that angry cloud. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes. I admit, I'm itching to see how she performs out here.
So how do I...
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
We signed on for the big stuff when we came to Andromeda.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Command access is transferring successfully.
Science and monitoring stations look fine. Lexi's reporting in.
Helm is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours, unless you've got something to say for the log.
I never planned to be Pathfinder. I don't know what's out there. But we're the Milky Way's best and brightest. We can do this.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, ident 2527, prepping to depart.
Departure vector verified, Tempest.
Godspeed, Pathfinder.
To Eos, then. What would have been our Habitat 1?
2 failed outposts put an end to that idea.
Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us in.
Well, Callow will take us in next time, because again, like I said, we're gonna do this stuff next time. Oh, exit is a different button. Completely different in the way it's set up compared to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. But look at that view. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a screen. I don't think this is actually a window. And I mean, in my first playthrough, I wasn't sure, but the more I think about it, I think this has to be a screen, because I don't imagine that they'd actually be that irresponsible as to put a massive piece of glass like this with, like, all of the command crew here, where they'd be exposed to the vacuum if there was, like, a single shot that went through the front. Anyway, though, great view of the Nexus. Alright, well, in the next video, we're going to explore this ship, and then we're going to head to Eos. Well, we might actually take a look at a few other systems along the way. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.